think we're set here. Let me just make this a little crooked. It's up higher. This has been one of those days for me. Nothing seems run quite the way I planned it. And I don't know why this is crooked, but it is a little crooked there. Is that any better? Shortly my camera will be yelling at me saying, don't move it. Well, let's see. It should be like that. More maybe. All right. Anyway, I knew I wasn't ready this morning. It was earlier today with my usual time. Oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on, why this is crooked like this. But is that any better? I don't think so. It definitely is a crazy day in so many ways. And then I knew I couldn't get on at my regular time, but then it took me everything else today just took me so long. I'm sorry, things are going to be crooked. I don't know how to make it straight right now. Nothing is going according to plan. Let me try moving this part, the thing that holds my camera, see if it's any better. Oh, a little bit. All right. Okay. This is Sonia with Stamping Around the Dining Room Table. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. If you do not have a demonstrator of your own, I would be happy to be yours. You can go to my webpage, stamparoundthetable.stampinup.net. There you can see more about me. You can see our products. You could place an order. You could sign up to do a workshop, or you could join my team. Any questions, anything I can help you with, please reach out to me. Okay. I don't know if anyone will even be joining us today since it is a little bit different than my regular time, but it's all right. Today I'm going to be working with the Easter Bunny stamp set. Actually, it's a bundle because it comes with the stamps and a punch. All right, we'll look at that closer in a moment. It's in our mini catalog, which goes till the end of April, because May we have a new annual catalog coming, and so everything's going to be new. Well, not everything. They will bring some stuff over, but basically, they think of it as new. I just wanted to show you the paper I'm using is part of, the Fancy Flora suite. Okay, so I wanted to use this Fancy Flora paper. All right, so that's also in the mini catalog. The paper itself is 12 by 12, and you get 12 double-sided sheets for $12. The bundle, if you want both the punch and the stamps together, you buy them together as a bundle. It saves you 10% over buying them separately. And the bundle is $34. If you wanted just a punch, it'd be $19. If you wanted just the stamps, it would be $19 also. Okay, so that would be $38. So you're saving $4 by buying the bundle. All right, now it's hard to believe that Easter is almost upon us. So, second Sunday in April this year is Easter, so it'll be here before we know it. I did have a class the other day, and we played with this a little bit, so I'm going to start. I will show you the cards you made there in a moment. So you have three bunnies, one sitting like this, one's sideways, and one standing sideways. It has some grass, it's got a carrot, some flowers, a bird, eggs, a butterfly, and the sentiments are Happy Easter, an Easter treat for you. It's a new day. Enjoy all the little moments. You're a friend like no other, and hi. All right, so for class, I did this up ahead of time. I didn't do the inside of mine, and this I stamped it and I colored it using our colored pencils and blenders. Isn't that what they're called? Let me make sure I'm saying the right. Blender pens. Okay, and then I also used our blending brushes to add a little bit of color to the background, the grass and the sky. So Then I realized that I felt this was a little close there, so for my class, for my people in my class, I made it just a little wider. This is my sister's interpretation of it, okay? And on the end, she did this on the inside. So it says Happy Easter, enjoy all the little moments. And then this is how she decorated her envelope. So it's just stepped it up a little bit from what I did. You can't really see it on here, probably on the camera. She also added some wink of Stella to the eggs. All right. Then when I was playing on it, I go, okay, what else can I do with this? And I wanted to try this bunny and this floral paper. I just kind of felt almost like it looked like he could be in a garden and smelling this flower here. And then I took what I did is I just fussy cut around some of the shapes. They looked kind of like flowers, but then I just kind of made it look a little more like flowers. It just looked like he's in the middle of a flower garden. He's smelling the flower here. Enjoy all the little moments. And then I added a little butterfly right there. I used for his tail, I stamped him in gray and it wasn't gray. It is. It's smoky gray, smoky slate on smoky slate, and then colored him just a little bit with colored pencils just to kind of add a little bit of shading to him. For his tail, I used our Snowfall Accents puff paint. You put it on, and then you use the heat tool it puffs up. And then I actually did 2 layers because after I finished the first, I just felt it could be puffed up a little more, so I did a second one. All right, so what I decided was I'm going to put together a card. This is our Orchid Oasis, which looks kind of blue, a little bit of a blue, kind of a not quite purpley. This paper looks a little more purple, but when you put them together, they're fine. See, just like that. So I did cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4 because the card base, I started with half a sheet of cardstock. It's 8 1/2 across here by 5 1/2 this way. I scored it 8 1/4 here. So when you close it, it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And so this is 4 by 5 1/4. So it's just a 1/4 inch smaller on each side. Oh, and here's the back of this. Isn't that beautiful? That's also beautiful. But I wanted it's like they took a palette knife and this is how they did this. They paint things, and then this was with a palette knife, and then they take a photograph of it, and that's what they use to make the DSP from the designer series paper. Now, this was actually, maybe it was cut this way. I can't even remember how it was. Yeah, I think it was like that. And so this would have been kind of along the bottom like this. So you have these extra pieces that you can use for other things. One of the things, let me grab back this envelope. I didn't bring another one. You could put this along the back. Now it's not quite there. If you wanted, where's my ruler? I could have made that a little bit narrower, because if I made this 2 1/4, so that would have been 3 3/4, and I would have had this be 5 the other way. That would be just enough to cover this whole flap. But you actually could even do it, you could bring it down this way and then you glue it, so you trim that off. And even though you've got this extra little piece here, it'll be okay. It would be like this then. It would look like that, except you'd cut, it'd be cut off. So it'd look about like that but if you did the extra 1/4 inch, it's going to be just long enough. Okay. So if you want to, rather than stamping the back, you want to use some paper, you can. This paper, now I don't have any white inside here. Wait, let me take it out of this other one of mine that was not really stuck all the way down. You could, on the inside, even just do like this. Maybe trim it down so it's the exact size. You could put it like across there. You know, if you wanted it to go this way, you could trim it down and put a strip, make it thinner and shorter, put a strip on the inside. So there's some different things you can do with the pieces left so that you don't necessarily have to have a lot of that floating, you know, extra pieces, leftover pieces hanging out in your craft room. Okay. All right. So for this one, I wanted to use this bunny here. So I'm going to show you. We do not have, I have my thing right over here. We do not have a stamp or a die for him, but I think this is the right size one. Yes. So now on the first, I just want to show you something else here too. On this card, we stamped those in black. Okay, those first two cards. This guy I stamped in the smoky slate, this on top of smoky slate paper. For this, I thought I decided I would just do smoky slate on white. Okay. So I want a white bunny. And I thought I didn't want it to be quite as harsh with the black line. So, and this was smoky slate, so it's a little lighter than the basic gray. And let me just kind of show you. Let me just show you kind of the difference here. There's my scrap paper. I'll just show you. Okay, where's the bunny? I just had him. Oh, right here. So, here's the smoky slate. Okay. Now, basic gray is a little darker, so I can just go right to that color. You see, that's a little darker. And then, here's black. So he's a little darker than he is. You see how they're a little lighter. We also have we have gray granite, which it's a little bit more towards it's a gray, but it's a little more towards a brown side. And we also have, what else? So, but you could do that. Okay, we do have, you know, some different shades of brown, lighter and darker. So it's whatever you want. And then what I did was, let me show you two things here. Let me see, do I have them? Must be it was both on there. Him, and then I also wanted to color him a little bit. And I did some fussy cutting. There's my, and I decided to a carrot. Now that I did do in black, but I could have also done it in the gray, the smoky slate if I wanted to. And then I just, okay, wipe those off a little. And then with my colored pencils, and just quickly, I'm not going to do the whole thing, but just to show you, I took the Fleur de Flamingo, I colored in his ears. You can color his cheeks if you want a little bit of pink on his cheeks. I colored in his little pads on his feet. Okay, and then for the carrot, I used pumpkin pie and garden green. All right, and then I fussy cut these. And I'm not going to take the time to fussy cut them while you're watching. I did that ahead of time. So I've got a second one here. Okay, and then, and what you can do, the other thing, let me just show you with our blending brush, blender pen, sorry. You just kind of, that can help smooth that out if you had a little bit of streaks or lines in coloring, you know, that happens. And then wipe off that and go to the orange. Although it was pink, it probably would have been all right to go right to the orange, but now I don't want to take that over to the green. So you just, you can, when I first got these, I used to, because you get 3 in the things we have, and they're double-ended. So I had like 6 ends, and I just kind of dedicated one to like reds, one to greens, one to blue, that type of thing. But really, look, if you just do this, it all comes off, and then you're not gonna, it'll just run clear. So that means you're not going to take color from one to the other. And then I just use my scissors, and I fussy cut him, and I fussy cut that. And I want to show you, because I wanted to have him holding the carrot. So I took my take your pick tool, and I just put and I used my Stampin' Pierce mat. Now when I'm going to pierce, I do it on the back and I stamp on the front, so that I don't have to worry about someday maybe having it the little hole. You don't have to worry about that, maybe stamping over that, and maybe getting in the way of me doing what, having a nice impression from my. Oh, hi, Michelle. I just looked up and saw you were watching. Thanks for watching. And then I just cut between those lines. And if you need it a little bigger, you can do that here, and then down here, just cut like, around his arms. Okay, top and bottom. And then that will slide in there. So let me show you the one that I totally fussy cut earlier. So see, I cut around here and around up here on top, so you can see. Let me just show you here. Like that, and down here. Okay, and I fussy cut the carrot out, and here, wait a minute, you might have to push that part back there, like that, there, like that. And then I was hoping I could help you see his face, and there, maybe more like this. Here, wait a minute, it's down a little further than I maybe want it there. But I don't want it in his face. So you just want to, play around with it a little, put it how you want it. I think I'll go this way, like that. All right, so there he is. And for him, I thought I would just stick him here like he's sitting in, almost like this is a flower garden, and he's just sitting in among the flowers, just like that. And you can pop him up, or you can just put him down. Before I decide that, and then I decided, well, maybe I'll do this one. Didn't think about what I might say. An Easter treat for you, because he's holding, I just got to find it here. Here it is. It's hard when they're clear and everything's backwards, so you can't, it's hard to read it. All right, and then you can just, now let me think, I think I might, let me try it in black and see if I like this in black. Oh, I know, Michelle, I love this paper too. An Easter treat for you. I think I like the darker for that. And I don't cut so straight, so I usually try to cut on this. I'm going to want a little bit off the top there. There. And maybe just a little off there. But you can use your scissors. I'm just not the best with scissors. I'm not always the best with this, but most of the time, unless I put it on there crooked, it's going to be straight. Maybe got a little too close to the for you, but I'm going to put this right here, an Easter treat for you. Now, if you wanted to have that, let me just see, Orchid Oasis. What do I have here that I could? Sometimes I might want this. Let me just see, is that going to be wide enough, or do I? That one end is not. Yes, that will be. So I think I will be. So I'll just show you sometimes, because that it's got a little ding in there, I think, whatever I cut off next to it. So let me just do this to give me a straight edge here, and then put this. Oh wait a minute. I thought it was closer. Like that. I think it's gonna, well, it could have been a little narrower, but I can move that too if I wanted. And then this, sometimes it helps that jump out a little more at you. So I think I'm going to do that. And then whatever is your favorite, whether you use a tape runner, whether you use glue, I'm going to pop him up. So I wanted him to have a little more presence. So I'm going to put 3 dimensionals on the back of him. And if you want, if you're afraid that carrot's going to come out and you don't want it, you could always put a dot of glue on the back of this. So there always a little, but there you go. That's pretty simple. It's a pretty simple, he's a little crooked there, but it's all right. He's sitting in a flower patch, flower garden, whatever. Maybe sitting on a little bump or a little hill. All right, so just a second here, let me see. And then you can put a few little goodies in there, little, just want to see what I want. Oh, maybe I'll try these. Let me try the iridescent rhinestones, the little ones. I'm not sure how well they're going to show up on camera, but I'm going to use this little one. I'm going to put it, let me see here. I'm going to put it almost like it there. I don't know if they can really see it, but 1, 2, some look more like flowers than others, but it's a little hard to see it, but it catches the light. I'm going to put 5 on if I can figure out where I want the 5th one. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait, that's too close to this one. I'm going to move this one over, maybe, if I can. Put him more like here. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 4 over here, 1 here. I think this one I want a little further afield also. There. Anyway, you can do however you want. Or you could do rhinestones. I just wanted to see how that might look. But anyway, so there's that guy. I don't know whether they're catching the light for you at all or not. All right, put those back. All right, then the other thing I wanted to do was to show you, the next guy I'm going to make is going to use the punch that comes with this. Okay, so what I was thinking was I would like a brown bunny. Now there's a couple things you can do. So you could punch him out of, you could stamp him on brown and punch him out of brown like I did, or it could be on white. And where's the brown? I had some more brown to use. What did I do with it? A little strip of it. I don't want to have to cut another piece. This is one of those crazy things that happens to me. Here, let me put this on first before so this one I wanted that way. Make sure it's opening the correct way. Just do this quickly. And I want, so you could either like punch him, stamp him and punch him out, or like that, or I could have done it with white, and colored him in, or you could just stamp him on. Let me just look here, because I know I had more brown and it was cut. I have to cut another piece. All right, I guess I do. Oh, here it is. Oh my goodness, right here. So I'm just going to show you, because I wanted to at least, because I am using the Stampin' Pierce mat just because you get a better impression with the clear stamp. So I'm using, this is what is it, suede. Let me just do this a minute. Okay, so like this. There it is. Soft suede. I couldn't think of the name for a minute. And then now I always try and line it up in here. I find sometimes if I kind of just squeeze it a little, not all the way closed, but just a smidge. Sometimes it kind of helps hold it a little. Sometimes it helps me line it up a little better. Wait, don't hit his head. Let's see. I kind of want, all right, I think that's it. So there he is. Okay. Or if you wanted, you could even, I'm going to do it on here, and then I will, I'm probably going to put this guy over, but just so you can see how it might look on the white. And I'm up just a little bit because I'm going to have some grass there. And then, again, you can color them in. Now you could use your Stampin' Blends. I didn't think about that because I wasn't necessarily thinking about coloring them in when I first was planning this. But I will do this if I can find it. I think this is the right color. There's the brown. And just kind of show you. And, I got a little on his tail. I want his tail to stay white. Now what I usually like to do with my bunnies, but you can do what you like with yours, of course. I want that a little dark. I want this part a little darker. So now I'm doing this direction. And just let me see here, get him a little darker here. In his ear. And then I might, in his belly, just do it with this in his face, but just a little lighter. And then, again, with the, now see, you can kind of see, you can see the lines and stuff. And look what happens when I go over it with this. They blend together better. I could have colored that a little bit more maybe, but overall this helps to blend that. Oh, I forgot to use the pinks to color his ears. Usually do this. And sometimes I'll even do this for like his cheek. Okay, where's my scrap paper? On the floor, of course. Okay, so I'll do the pink. So you can do that. And then I also wanted for him to give him a little grass. So we have the stamp for the grass. I'm going to put this like that. Like that. I'm going to put it over here. Okay. And you can just, maybe do a little right over there. There. So it goes all the way along. Then I did have some eggs that I wanted to put some eggs down. And I think I'm going to do those with a smoky slate so they're not super dark. And put these right there. And so he's standing by the eggs. I should have probably had him back a little more, but oh well. That's him because the eggs are right there. and then color those in. Do some pink on them. And maybe pink here. And let's see, do a little bit of blue. You could even have each dot be a different color if you wanted. Maybe a little blue here. And let's see, I want some yellow. Where's our yellow? Right here. I'm going to do this yellow. Yellow. I guess that would be yellow there and yellow there. And where's the pink? I should have done right here. Should do pink here and pink here. All right, and yellow here. All right, and then let's see what color do I want to do there. Maybe a little orange. I don't really like orange, but there. And again, you can, if you want, you can use your blender pen. Here it is. Now let's see, do the yellow first. And then I'm going to go to orange because the yellow will not bother the orange. Okay. And then pink. The main pink. And then the blue. And see, it just kind of smooths those out a little. And then, oh, you know what else I didn't do is I should probably color this grass in, not just leave it white. And see, really, even though I'm coloring it, it goes pretty quickly. Now, obviously, these bunnies are all, even this guy would be easy to fussy cut. So if you didn't want the punch, you wouldn't necessarily have to get the punch. And this one, I thought I might say, where did I do with my, here it is. I might just say hi on this one. How fun that would be, I think. Now, and let me just see on this one. So see, he could be like that. You could leave him like that. Or you could put him on here, the brown. And you could make this white like I did. I'll just show. I don't have my heat gun in here, do I? Took it out in the other room because I was out there earlier and I used it out there. But just to show you, just like you squirt this out. And let me see, I do have more than, do I have my other one in here? I should have been, wasn't thinking earlier. Oh. 1 minute, I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, I hope you'll be able to see this. I just realized, I think I didn't. All right. Hope you could see that okay. It feels like I should have done that earlier. I apologize. Get my heat gun plugged in. And now it's out a little further than I want it to be, I think. Yeah, it's a little better. And then once you hit it hot, Hopefully you'll be able to see this. It's a little hot. Obviously it's hot. Come on, whoop. So, come on. It's starting on the edge. I don't know how well you can see it there. See, it's starting to puff up. Ooh, my fingers. See, it puffs up. Now, what I did on the other, and I would do on here, is the other one I did earlier, wherever I put it. It's here somewhere. I'll show you that. I did this, and then it looked kind of flatter than I wanted it. So let me just find my other card. So I did, once it cooled and I did a second layer. Now it looks like I think I squished it down a little bit. I think something was sitting on it. But I liked it. I still like, even if it's a little flat, I like it better than this. So I would do a second layer on that. Okay. And then he could go like right here if you wanted that guy there. Or you could just do it. I kind of like him just colored now that I see it. But you could be either way. And then I want the high. So here's high. And I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to try it and see if I like it. Let me just see if I like it in the Orchid Oasis. I think maybe. Is that going to, even though it's upside down? Oh, I don't know. It kind of clashes with the blue I had that didn't have it in my, don't have Orchid Oasis in my colored pencil. So I think I'm just going to do it in black. Nope, I did the wrong thing. I know what I'm doing. So I think I will just do it in black. And make sure I've got it right side up. Get it upside down there. Hi. All right. And then I just saw this here. I might want a little more green here so the grass looks like it's actually in the ground, not up in the air, not floating around. Okay. Put this here. And I think I would like to add some ribbon, but I don't know if I have any ribbon. I didn't pick out any ribbon actually. Let me see. Do I have where is it? I have them right here. Where's my, now this is thin, but this is the Orchid Oasis. See, it looks more purple than this, but could even just make a bow. Yeah, I didn't put that around his neck. Maybe that's what I'll do. I hadn't thought of that before. I think that's what I will do. And do I have my, of course I don't know where my glue dots over here. I've been trying to get my room back together since the holidays. It's been a little bit of a wreck. Whoop. But that can go, that's going to go right there. And when I find my, let's see, what's this one? These are bigger, but there. These are little mini glue dots. This is a bigger one that I happen to have from my stash from a long time ago. So that's going to be too big, but I can at least do that. I might trim it down just a little bit because it's big. Anyway, I like to put these on with glue dots just because they seem to hold better for me than some of the other glue things that we have there. That'll work. Okay, so here's his bow. So he's all dressed up for Easter, see? I think I do want that a little shorter. There. So there's that. Here's just an extra little something. And again, you have this extra that you can put on the envelope or on, this is actually the side that I used, inside the card. Okay, so there is the cards for today. Let me just kind of clear the decks here a little. Hopefully. Okay, put out all these cards that I had to show you today. The ones I made for today. Okay, I'll put these others out too, just because, even though it's from the other day, from a card class, at least you can see all of these. Again, my thing's really crooked there, but there we go. And here's the envelope. There we are. Let me do it this way. There we go. Okay, so all right, so thanks for watching. I hope everyone has a good day, and I will be back again later this week. And until we meet again, happy crafting. Bye-bye.